So I previously told you guys about a class action lawsuit being filed against the DNC by more than 100 Bernie Sanders supporters, and it's being taken up by a law firm called Beck and Lee. So they claim that Bernie Sanders supporters were defrauded by donating to a process that was inherently unfair and biased against their candidate. Now they are accusing the DNC of fraud, negligent misrepresentation, deceptive conduct, and are claiming monetary restitution for people that donated to Bernie. And they're also alleging the DNC broke its own fiduciary duties and is guilty of negligence for failing to protect sensitive donor information that was hacked. Now, this is all based off of the evidence from the Guccifer 2.0 leaks and the WikiLeaks release of 20,000 DNC emails. Now, personally, I'm not 100% sure whether or not this can actually be admitted into the court of law as evidence. So if anyone has an answer to that, I know it's going to be, specific by the state, but if you have some light to shed, please comment down below about that. But overall, the reason why I'm bringing this up is because there is an update. The case is, in fact, moving forward. So Beck and Lee noted the lawsuit was a way to give a voice to Sanders supporters who were silenced by the rigging of the primaries for Clinton. Attorneys Jared Beck, a Harvard Law graduate, and Elizabeth Beck, a Yale Law School graduate, have previously filed successful lawsuits against Yelp, Unilever, Korea Airlines, and fraudulent real estate investors. Now, what happened was when the DNC and Debbie Wasserman Shultz was served with this lawsuit, well, she had moved to ask the court to dismiss this lawsuit, but they rejected that request. Now, additionally, on August 23rd, an evidentiary hearing will be held in South Florida, and both parties involved in the suit will have to present evidence to support their positions. The hearing was issued by the presiding judge in response to the DNC and Wasserman Schultz's motion to dismiss the lawsuit and a separate motion to buy themselves more time until September 9th. Insufficient service of process was cited, alleging process server Sean Lucas failed to properly serve the DNC. Lucas was filmed serving the lawsuit to the DNC headquarters in July, but was unable to provide testimony to combat the testimony of DNC staff member Rebecca Harries. Lucas was found dead on August 2nd in his apartment. A cause of death has not yet been determined. So there's a lot that's gone on since this class action lawsuit has been filed. Now, when it comes to Sean Lucas's death, horrible. Really horrible, and the circumstances surrounding his death are, they're a little bit suspicious, but I'm not going to imply anything that the DNC is somehow culpable in that. If we have evidence, then sure, but with that and the Seth Rich death and whatnot, I don't want to unnecessarily fuel a conspiracy theory without any evidence if it's untrue, just because I don't think that it's worth it to politicize his death when we don't have all the details. So I won't comment on that portion, but I will say that the DNC is definitely pushing back against this lawsuit pretty hard, and they're going to fight it, and they're trying to extend it and push it back, so that way if they keep pushing it back, maybe it'll go away and people will not care. Maybe it'll be dismissed after the election, but we have to follow through with it. We have to show the DNC that they are not allowed to defraud us and then get away with it. And look, even if it's the case that the Guccifer 2.0 and WikiLeaks evidence isn't going to be admitted as actual evidence, we have instances of them showing their bias against Bernie Sanders and why they wanted to sabotage him. We have the testimonies from individuals like Nico House, who claimed that there were insiders from Hillary's campaign and the DNC trying to sabotage Bernie Sanders and were claiming to work for him. So, we have these testimonies. We have evidence of Debbie Wasserman Shultz literally admitting on CBS, a local station in Florida, that they did everything they can to prepare and work to make Hillary Clinton the nominee. So we do have the evidence. It wouldn't be as strong as actually them explicitly saying they're trying to destroy Bernie Sanders' campaign, as is the case with these WikiLeaks releases. But the evidence it's overwhelming to me. Now, whether or not you can convince a judge or a jury of that is another story. So look, this is an important lawsuit. It has to go through, and hopefully, Bernie Sanders supporters can actually get something out of this, since they were very much, in fact, defrauded by donating money to a candidate that never had a chance because the DNC was working against him. It's unfair. It's unfair. I'm not going to say that Hillary Clinton stole the election, because I think that's a little bit too hyperbolic, but it certainly was rigged. She certainly cheated, and the DNC certainly cheated to help her campaign. So, I can't approve of that. We're owed money. We are owed financial compensation, and I think that it's only moral that we get that.